Scott, 2-1 in Vegas. I mean, what were just kind of the biggest takeaways that y'all took out of that?
Well, first, playing in a tournament like that, there's no bad losses and quality win opportunities. A lot of good teams. St. John's went home 1-2. Oregon went home 0-3. So for us, going home 2-1, you had two quality wins, and St. John's was a top 5 team for a reason. They're talented, and they played a good game. And I think we grew and learned from the Vegas experience, and really played well against San Diego State. So take out the last 3 minutes when we were up 18 at one point, offensively and defensively, might have been our best game year to date, the first 37 minutes of that game.
Scott, you feel like y'all are still figuring things out on the defensive end? Is that kind of one of the areas where you really need to improve? Or?
Well, I think if you look at the San Diego State game, we were points per possession really effective, except for the last 3 minutes. And so our defense is definitely getting better. Again, the last 3 minutes skewed that. Against St. John's, I think our offense really hurt our defense because we turned it over some, and then we took some shots that weren't our best, which led to breaks on their end. And a lot of times good offense will give you a better chance to play better defense. You take a bad shot, it's like the first pass in an outlet for a fast break for the other team. So, again, a lot of positives, and you want to get better through wins rather than losses at this time of the year for sure.
Scott, obviously everybody wants to leave the casino either even or on top. Do you feel like you guys return home even or on top? And like,
well,
what's
definitely on top. I mean, 2-1 is better than 1-2, and I didn't gamble, so I was good.
Are y'all any healthier? Like, how's JJ doing? Maybe both.
Yeah, so JJ's going to be out for a little bit, so we'll find out exactly how long this week. But 7-man rotation, praying for no injuries, and again, playing 3 games, 3 days with 7 guys is pretty impressive.
Closer on Bono?
Not closer on him either. So. We'll know more this week as well as far as his future status. Yeah, we didn't get any good Thanksgiving news. Sorry.
How do you feel about coming back home after being away for a little bit? And what do you want to see, I guess, out of this Sacramento State game? And what do you see out of them as an opponent?
Well, I think first and foremost for basketball fans, they'll recognize a lot of names, starting with Mike Bibby, their coach, a longtime NBA player, a lot of success. His son's on staff there. Mikey Williams, top 25 recruit, went to Memphis. UCF last year, similar to Tarleton State's Dior, who had 42 against us. O'Neal's a household name, so Shaq's the GM of the team. Don't know if he'll be here or not, but his son will and starts for him. And then Glover, his dad played in the NBA and a very successful player in the NBA, 20th pick.
Yeah, Coach, this part of the season, I know it's still early on, but what parts of this team's identity feel most defined to you, and what areas you still see growing game by game?
Well, I think analytically, looking at those numbers, our offensive rebounding has been really good. Our defensive rebounding in a lot of games has been the best it's ever been. Now we just got to get both those consistent all the time. Our offense is top 15 in the country. Defensively, again, I thought the last game we were really good except for the last 3 minutes. So size, length should hopefully help continue to be really good at the rebounding numbers. And then we've done a good job in our wins taking care of the basketball. And if we can be a single-digit turnover team, that means more shots, and that means more offensive rebounds, and hopefully it means less transition defense for the other team, taking the ball out of the net's a lot harder.
Scott, last year you had to deal with a small rotation.
Yeah.
It's happening again this year. Are there any lessons you learned dealing with that last year that you can bring into this year, and then kind of broader scope roster construction?
Yeah. Well, I think the roster construction part of it, normally if you have one season-ending injury, that's it. And with Bodo, we haven't had a chance to have him play. Perez, obviously, season-ending injury. JJ, we'll find out again more of his status. And then as far as practice goes, we do have Mayo and Iggy that are redshirting, and both them do help us in practice. And that's, you practice a lot more than you play games, so that's crucial. And then at the same time, we have last year when you had a short rotation, you didn't have that kind of practice depth with guys redshirting. But at the same time, some of those things that we did to make sure we didn't get anybody else hurt, I think translates and will put in effect until we get more guys back for sure. It's a long answer. I apologize.
A few years ago, football went to a rule where guys could play a certain amount of games and still redshirt. Like, y'all don't have that in basketball.
Yeah, if they play, unfortunately, they have to have a season-ending injury. And so that's now I know December 15th there's a ruling. Is there going to be 5 years for 5 people with everybody, and that might change some things. But I know when we recruited both those, we recruited them as red shirts. They came in wanting to red shirt. So we'll see hopefully we get some guys back here.
What have you seen from Isaac Williams off the bench? He seems like he's settled into that role.
Yeah, Isaac's been tremendous. Somebody that at the university games got a lot of confidence. But he's somebody that's a two-way player. Defensively, he can be really good, and had a big steal against San Diego State. And he's somebody that bigger, more athletic, physical guard. Gets to the rim, obviously, on offense, but defensively, that's where I've been most pleased. Just his improvement there, and knowing and picking up our schemes. Offensively, he's been extremely efficient from three. He's been good from the free throw line. His assist turnover ratio has been outstanding. So again, couldn't be more pleased with him, and big reason why we're off to the start we are.
As you look at the past couple of years, just having that full-time true point guard with like Adam, Ray J, who do you see that being this year? And have you found that yet, or do you still kind of need to work that out?
Well, the good thing is Obi and Isaac both have played point before, and both of them, their assist turnover ratios for the season are outstanding. At the same time, both of them they give you scoring punches, and Obi tends to do it from deep, and Isaac tends to do it from the rim. But I think both of them, there's always an adaptation period, where an adjustment period when you move up levels, and at the power 4 levels, you just have more length and shot blocking. And I think the ability to get to the paint, finish over that length, make right decisions is something that both of them have gotten a lot better at, and their assist turnover ratios show that, prove that. And I think throughout the course of the year, hopefully they can continue to trend like they've done in the non-conference for conference season, because if they have those kind of assist turnover ratios in conference, everyone's going to be really, really pleased and excited. At the same time, I think, again, both of them will improve with our scheme and reading ball screens and making the right reads. But both of them are comfortable being scorers as well. So basketball's kind of changed, as we all know. A lot of times you turn on NBA games and it's the best player has the ball. And if he's 6'10", if he's 6'9", if he's 6'11", guys got to learn how to play with the ball, without it. And as the coaches, I think that's our job, to take what we're given each year and put them in the best position to be successful. And that's what we'll continue to do. And the more we coach them, the more we figure that out too.
Coach, what can you tell me about the leadership that you've seen on the floor so far this season?
I think we're really blessed with a good group. I think they care about each other. They care about Baylor. They love wearing the jersey. They like competing and playing hard, practicing hard. They're a joy to come to work with every day. And when I say work, I mean, you show up to practice every day with guys you don't want to be with. It's a long year, but they bring energy. They're excited to learn, excited to get better. A lot of them have done a lot of great things in the community. Caden Powell's foundation, giving back to Waco, is really cool. And just how a lot of them have gotten involved with church and different things in the community are really, really impressive.
Coach, going off of that, have you seen one player specifically really step up? I mean, you've had a lot of games on the road now and then some at home, so kind of just bringing the group together. Who would you say has been a leader?
Well, I think part of the strength of this team is right now there's 7 guys that were playing, and all 7, there's different games or different periods in a game. You could say, hey, they were really good and really carried us at this point. And I think you scout teams, and sometimes you're like, you stop him, they got nothing. With our team, I mean, we got 7 guys that are capable of scoring double figures, and we got a lot of versatility. Obviously, Cam Carr's gotten off to a great start point-wise and percentage-wise, but I think his game can go to another level as he gets more consistent with his assists to turnover ratio. He's a 1-to-1 guy, and he's capable of being a 2-to-1 and get 4 or 5 assists a game. He's also capable of getting 8 to 10 rebounds a game. So Tounde's a freshman. He's continuing to get better and used to college basketball. But I would think the depth of the 7 has been a strength to us rather than we just have 1 or 2 guys.
Dan, 2-1 in Vegas. What did y'all kind of take out of that as far as things y'all did well and maybe things to work on?
I think Vegas was an amazing opportunity for us to grow as a team, playing all 3 high-level teams. All 3 teams are predicted to be in the tournament, so it was a great time being out there. Coming back 2-1 was really great, and I think the biggest thing to take from the Vegas tournament was something that's never happened in my 4 years in college basketball. This is my 4th year. We had like a players meeting, and only players texted in the group chat, had a players meeting, and we just talked about how we want to be better as a team, because at the end of the day, it's us on the court, and the coaches can prepare us as best as they can, and hearing it from each other, I feel like is a different viewpoint, and just seeing people getting things off their chest, people exploring on how they feel on how things should work or move and things like that. And I feel like all of us players see each other as a player and as a person too, and just see how we feel on the floor and things like that. And I feel like the last game before we came back home, we all played for each other. And, we had 5-6 players in double digits. We had a lot of players in double digits minutes as well. High 20s, low 20s, low 30s. And I feel like that was the biggest takeaway, because at the end of the day on the court, we need to see eye to eye and we need to be together more than anything. And I think that players meeting is going to help us in the long run this season, just how positive we are with each other and how now we get each other fully and we're playing for each other, not just the coaches or the university. We're playing for each other the most. So that's my biggest takeaway.
Dan, was that after the St. John's, or when was that meeting? That
was after the St. John's game, knowing we didn't want to leave 1 and 2. We wanted to leave 2-1. Some fixes, a lot of us had some not our best defensive games, and just following the coaches' plans for the games and how we were switching, high switching, low switching, drops, hedges, and things like that. And we wanted to just talk about really locking in on those things and knowing defense first is going to win us games, and just moving the ball, sharing the sugar, getting everybody involved was a big part of us playing really, really well together. And I think we did that last game for sure.
Isaac, you've been a big contributor off the bench. New thing for you, I guess, in your career. What's that been like, and how do you, kind of get yourself going when you're coming off the bench like that?
It's just basketball at the end of the day, so I've done it my whole life. But, just before I come in, tell myself to be aggressive defensively and offensively. And I know if I do that, my guys believe in me, like I've said, and good things will happen.
Tounde, what's the adjustment period been like playing collegiate basketball, and maybe just through these first 6 games, what have you learned about yourself and maybe how you need to play with, the upper level of competition?
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, it's been tough a little bit. But I just feel like, with my teammate and my coaches just keep pouring to me and just let the game come into me. That's the biggest adjustment, I would say. Most likely just get to my spot, get where I want it to be, not force anything at the beginning and just let the game come. But most likely just be more aggressive on defense just because I know that going to get me going for sure.
Tounde, here in December, 5 of the 6 games are at home. How much do y'all appreciate that, just having a chance to, be in Waco for a while?
I would say honestly, it's just like amazing just to be able to play with, in our gym with our fans, just not to get to travel too much because I know sometimes we mess up our rhythm a little bit, but just being at home and, I appreciate the love of our fans, just it's amazing, honestly.
Isaac, just talking about maybe developing as a true point guard, and you and Obi kind of sharing that. How have you guys played off of each other, and what do you guys need to do to improve maybe before you got a couple non-conference games and then Big 12 play is going to be here before we know it?
Yeah, when me and Obi are on the floor together, we know we really trust each other. And I tell him I'm going to get him shots. He tells me to do the same thing, be aggressive. So, I wouldn't say we got much to improve on. I guess just keep communicating with each other, being honest with each other, and just keep believing in each other.
Dan, you've been through the Big 12 battles, like this team that you guys have. Do you feel like it's capable of competing for a Big 12 championship?
Yeah, I think this team is very, very, very capable of competing for a Big 12 championship. It's great teams in this conference. I think the best conference in college basketball, Big 12. Got all the big hitters in here. I feel like the more we focus on the small details, because that's what's going to win Big 12 games, and being physical, rebounding, because all these teams in the Big 12 can score. Everybody can score the ball. Everybody scored 100 points, you know what I mean? And it's going to come down to the small details on defense, not getting back doors, switching high according to the game plans, and just being real physical. The Big 12 is really, really physical. We haven't played a team that matches the Big 12 physicality yet, and if so, maybe St. John's. But I think we're very, very capable. I think we have dogs on this team. I think we got very, very competitive guys that play with a lot of joy. I feel like we're a fun team off the court, and when we get in between those lines, we take it very, very serious. And I believe in these guys more than anything. And I've seen a lot and played in a lot of Big 12 games, and all these guys are going to be ready once conference play comes.
Dan, Coach said there's really not one leader on the team, but all 7 of you have really been stepping up. Does that feel known on the court?
Yeah, I feel like when things are going rough or not going our way, or when adversity hits, I feel like all of us look at each other. I don't think there's one guy that we all just look to or just want to hear words from. I feel like when Drew Perry speaks on the bench and talks in the huddle or talks in the only player meeting, we listen just as much as we listen to any of the 7 players that are in rotation right now, because we got guys down. And that's a very strong suit for this team. Not a lot of teams have that, I feel like. And once again, like this has been said all around college basketball at Baylor University and athletics, we got no egos on this team. No one thinks they're better than each other. No one thinks they're over each other. We're all on the same level of playing field, and we all want the same thing, and is to win. So, and if Drew Perry knocks in and talks about winning, we're going to listen. middle of the game. And I feel like we're all 7 players, and all the bench players, including that, are all big parts of leaders on this team.
Anything else? All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.